Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for second year. The running chapter is organic chemistry and now we are in session number 22. In previous session we discussed about the preparation of aryl halides. That is nothing but hallucination of benzene, different methods. And thereafter we have gone through different properties that can be observed in halobenzene. That is nothing but in aryl halides. And it is listed out in previous session, and now let us go for the discussion of each of those properties, how these are happened in halobenzene, and if there is any that is nothing but offshoot, that is nothing but deviation from the regular, or if any other substituent when present, if it is of affecting this reaction, that is affecting the property of the aryl halides, we have to discuss all these in this session. Let me cover. In this we know that the properties of aryl halide, we are classifying them into three types. One is electrophilic substitutions, and already it is given. The substitutions include further halogenation and nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. All these are different types of reagents that can go for electrophilic substitution in aryl halides. Clear? And next one is nothing but nucleophilic substitutions. Actually we know that aryl halides are not interested to go for nucleophilic substitution, and first of all we should know why it is not interested, and in case if it is undergoing the reaction, at what condition it is undergoing, and which type of mechanism we can adopt to explain this nucleophilic substitution in aryl halides, we have to discuss. And the third one is nothing but reactions with metals. These are the three kinds of properties. Yesterday I gave the list, and now I have to explain one after the other with their respective mechanism, if any. And now let us consider the first aromatic electrophilic substitution, nothing but halogenation. Further halogenation on aryl halides. How it happens? And just you remember, dear students, once it is already halogenated, the benzene ring, then that benzene ring, substituted benzene ring, will have this electrophilic substitution under the influence of the existing substituent. Just you remember. And here halogen, first of all we should observe the nature of this halogen atom that is already substituted. As we know, this halogen atom is of having plus R nature, that is resonance, it is plus R because of having lone pairs, but it is of exhibiting minus I, minus inductive effect. It is nothing but because of more electronegativity of that halogen. And here of these two factors, as minus I effect is more dominating, the net resultant is halogens are behaving as electron withdrawing groups. Clear? And these are of having a special kind of nature. Actually all electron withdrawing groups are supposed to be ortho and para directors and ring deactivators. Electron donating groups are behaving ortho and para directors and ring activators, and whereas electron withdrawing groups in general they are meta directors and ring deactivators, but the speciality of these halogens is they are electron withdrawing groups. Actually these are of having meta directing position, but here the speciality of halogen is nothing but these are ortho and para directors but ring deactivators. Ring deactivation is observed in electron withdrawing group, no doubt at all, but this one actually electron withdrawing groups are meta directors, But the unique nature of halogen is when it is present as substituent on benzene ring is it is of exhibiting ortho-para direction. And now first of all we should know how it is of making this ortho-para direction instead of meta direction is nothing but simply you observe when this halogen is donating the electron pair to this ring through its Plessar effect. What is happening is it is of creating some sort of negative charge. It is creating some sort of negative charge on ortho position like this, and immediately when it is forming bonding with this, it is of creating negative charge at para position even, and because of this negative charge generated, automatically it will be ortho and para directed, but it is happened through its Plessar effect, just you remember. But why? It is ring deactivated. The reason is when it is of creating this much of negative charge, but immediately it is through Plessar effect, just you observe, dear students. But because of inductive effect, which is a dominating effect, it is of making these electrons, that negative charge, to come back, and thereby slightly this negative charge is not existing as usual as in case of other donating groups. Here, even though it is donating the electron pair which is creating negative charge at ortho and para, because of its strong minus I effect, that negative charge is slightly dispersed, and that dispersion of the negative charge from this ortho and para position is nothing but ring deactivation. And here halogens are ring deactivators because of their minus I effect, you remember, but because of Plessar they are of ortho para directors. That is about the nature of halogen when it is present on benzene ring, and further electrophilic substitution is supposed to happen. This is the scenario. And now halogenation. Now we observe if it is already halogen present here, say for example chlorine is there, chlorobenzene, and when this chlorobenzene is treated with chlorine again in presence of Lewis acid, it is of undergoing electrophilic substitution at ortho position and at para position like this. Of these two, it is of having some sort of repulsion, that is nothing but ortho steric factor is there, and hence here this is the major product. And next, second one is nothing but nitration. Here already we know nitration mixture is nothing but HNO3 plus H2SO4. And dear students, you remember HNO3 is here splitting into OH minus and plus. That's why just you remember in nitration process HNO3 is behaving as or behaves as base, not as an acid, and because of this it is reducing OH and forming NO2 plus. This is the electrophile that tend to attack on this chlorobenzene. And how it happens, let us see. This is chlorobenzene, and as you know it is nothing but ortho and para director for incoming electrophile. Here the electrophile is nothing but NO2 plus. It is formed in presence of H2SO4 from HNO3. And now when it is attacking on this, here also we are of getting two products like this, ortho nitro, para nitro, chlorobenzene. Of these two, it is always major product. Para product is always major product because of steric factors. Clear? That is about halogenation and nitration. And next one is nothing but sulfonation. Even in sulfonation also, it is ortho para director. The halogen already present is ortho para director. Hence, sulfonation takes place at ortho sulfonation. The reagent is H2SO4 plus SO3, And just you remember, my dear students, this is the electrophile. It is electrophile which is neutral electrophile. Here, when this chlorobenzene, it is SO3. Here there is no charge, just you observe. When this electron is attacking on this, it is creating some positive charge on this by shifting the pi bonded electrons towards oxygen, and thereby now it is of having positive charge. Onto that positive charge these electrons will migrate, and hence it is forming this chlorine, and here SO3H, or it is also a product which is formed at para. And you remember, here also it is the major product. And then it is Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Here it is halobenzene. Again, when it is treated with RX in presence of AlX3, this will split into R plus, which is behaving as electrophile, and it is of coming to ortho position and also para position. In case if you observe, in all these reactions both these two products are formed, one major, one minor, and you remember it is always the para substituted product is formed in major content. It is nothing but only because of the steric factor that is operated at ortho position. Clear? And now next one is nothing but it is Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation. And as we know already, acylene group is nothing but acid chloride in general. So this acid chloride RCOCl in presence of AlCl3 undergoes splitting, forming. This is the electrophile now. And here also it is going to attack on ortho position like this, or on para position like this. Of these two, again para product is the major product. Like this, all these are nothing but electrophilic substitution reactions, which are the characteristic properties of aromatic compounds. Clear? And next one is nucleophilic substitution. And first of all, whether it is it possible to observe nucleophilic substitution with halogenated compounds, that is aryl halides, under normal condition, we have to check. If not, why it is not exhibiting? Now just let us observe this one. It is chlorine, and any nucleophile tend to come in general under normal condition. What it is doing, it is of making a double bond character here, is it not? Or when it is of double bond character, it is of now shifted to this, and when negative charge is intensified, this negatively charged nucleophile is unable to move towards this negatively charged substrate, and that's why it is denying this SN2 mechanism. When it is of coming to this, and when it is tend to attack, first of all negative charge is there which is opposing it, and next one, because of donation of the electron, now this chlorobenzene is of having a double bond character between chlorine and that carbon. This is, and because of the double bond character, it is not at all possible to break the bond by SN2 mechanism. Okay, and now in case if it is supposed to get into SN1, and now because of this double bond, is it possible to break? Is it possible to undergo dissociation, self dissociation to form that is carbocation? That too, in case if it is imaginary, it is breaking like that. Is it possible to exist positive charge on this benzene group? No. This is also highly destabilizing factor. And when it is of undergoing self dissociation to facilitate for SN1 mechanism, that positive charge existence on benzene ring is a destabilizing factor. And next one, when it tend to go for SN2 mechanism, and because of being the double bond character between the halogen and the benzene ring carbon, it is not possible to cleave the bond in an easy manner. Clear? But these two, even though is not a feasible conditions for the nucleophilic substitution reaction of halobenzene, under drastic condition, this halobenzene will go for example, it is nothing but chlorobenzene. When it is going to react with NaOH under drastic condition, for example, if we can consider at 623 Kelvin, 300 atmospheric pressure, it is nothing but a drastic condition. And this drastic condition, when it is made to react, now this halogen atom is replaced. It itself is replaced by OH group, where it is converted to phenol like this. Place Na plus Cl minus. But just you remember, if this halogenated compound is of having electron withdrawing group nitro group at ortho position, first let us consider ortho position, at ortho position or at meta position, the presence of such type of electron withdrawing groups will facilitate for this reaction. That means the drasticity of the reaction will drastically coming down 443 Kelvin. Even at this temperature, because of the presence of this, it is of making the reaction to react. And now when it is present here or here, and now in case if both these two ortho and para positions are occupied, that is with increasing the number of these electron withdrawing groups, still it is coming down. Even at 323 Kelvin, it can react with NaOH. And now one more feature is observed. If all the three positions, that is nothing but at both these two ortho positions and para position, when occupied by these withdrawing groups, just warming is sufficient. Now with these conditions you can observe, when in the absence of any substituent electron withdrawing group on benzene ring, it requires this drastic condition. But in presence of one withdrawing group, just you remember, it may be at ortho position or it may be at para position like this. Here it may be NO2 group may be. In both these two conditions, when one nitro group is present on at ortho and para positions, then the drasticity is coming down. That means this indicates that the presence of electron withdrawing group facilitates this SN reaction. Presence of electron withdrawing group promotes the SN reaction in halogenated benzene, and where it is of forming this O-nitrophenol or P-nitrophenol when it is mono nitro group is present. Here it is of forming dinitrophenol, which is of required still less drastic conditions. That means the presence of withdrawing group is promoting or facilitating for the SN reaction, and here even just on warming, this is of replacing this chlorine with OH group like this. In all these cases, just you observe, the nitro group presence at ortho or para only is influencing this reaction. That too, it promotes or it increases the rate of the reaction for this SN. But in case if this halobenzene has that NO2 group at meta position, then no such effect is observed. Even when meta position is present, this is present, even then the condition required to form this is nothing but the same. That means it indicates the presence of nitro group at meta position has no influence on the rate of the reaction. So when they are asking the feasibility of the reaction which is of taking place fast, just you have to consider the presence of NO2 groups when compared to the absence of NO2 group. And in case if the compounds are given with the presence of NO2 groups, then you have to observe that the NO2 group should present at ortho and para positions, but not at meta position, because at meta position NO2 has no influence on the reaction rate. And then if NO2 is present at ortho and para position, how many NO2 groups present? With increasing the number of NO2 groups, the drasticity decreases. That means the rate is promoted. Like that, this type of SN reactions only in presence of electron withdrawing groups, and under drastic condition these halobenzenes or aryl halides will undergo SN reactions. Clear? And now coming to the next and the last property of these aryl halides. It is nothing but reaction with metals. Generally, reaction with metals, already what we are observing in case of alkyl halides, the same type of reactions here also happen. That is nothing but, say for example, if it is phenyl group and it is treated with sodium metal in dry ether, here also we can expect the coupling reaction by making these two go with the sodium. In dry ether, it is forming a biphenyl like this. It is one kind. And sometimes these aryl halides mixer with alkyl halides. Here also they can go for coupling reaction where they are giving alkyl benzene. And already we know one of the reaction, that is alkyl halide when treated with sodium in presence of dry ether, it is undergoing coupling reaction where higher alkane is formed. If you recollect the names of these reactions, just this alkyl halide reacting with sodium in dry ether forming alkane, higher alkane, is known as Wood's reaction. Is it not? Already we learned about this Wood's reaction in properties of alkyl halides. And now the same type of reaction when aryl halides undergo coupling reaction forming biphenyl. Here you observe biphenyl, two phenyl groups bonded. Already you know benzene is nothing but phene. One hydrogen removed from phene is nothing but phenyl. This biphenyl, this reaction is known as Fittig reaction, you remember. That is aryl halides undergoing reaction with sodium in dry ether forming a diphenyl compound is known as Fittig reaction. But here you observe, here aryl halide is undergoing a coupling reaction with alkyl halide where alkyl benzene is formed. That means simply we can observe half of this Wood's reaction, half of the Fittig reaction, both these two are present in this. Is it not? Such type of reaction, now the name is given on behalf of both these two, that is nothing but Wood's Fittig reaction. This is nothing but Wood's Fittig reaction. These are the properties of aryl halides. And dear students, you remember, in addition to actually the halogenated compounds, already we discussed about the preparation, properties, nomenclature, all these about the alkyl halides and aryl halides. But something more is there, but it is theoretical. Theoretical is nothing but only the properties of some halogenated compounds and the purpose of use, that is uses, and when it is using sometimes it may be of creating some harmful effects. So some other part, polyhalogenated compounds, few polyhalogenated compounds and their uses and their harmful effects, all these are listed out at the end of the chapter in your NCERT textbooks. My suggestion is, even though instead of writing all those on board, because it is video class, it is not at all possible to dictate for you, and thereby I am asking you, my suggestion is to note down those. They are nothing but just uses, and when we are using, what are the adverse effects. Each polyhalogenated compound is useful, but at the same time some polyhalogenated compounds are also exhibiting some sort of adverse effects. Like say for example, pyrene is nothing but carbon tetrachloride, CCl4 is there, chloroform, haloforms are there, and this chloroform, haloform is nothing but CHX3, but here they are providing only chloroform and its uses and its adverse effect. And then methylene chloride, that is nothing but CH2Cl2, and then they are giving about the DDT, dichloro diethyl dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane, that is nothing but DDT, and its uses and its adverse effect, all these are listed out. It is purely theoretical part. Just my suggestion is, when you are completing all these reactions in your notes, just before coming to the next session, that is in next session I am going to take the video only on the next part of the organic chemistry, that is nothing but alcohols, phenols and ethers. And meanwhile, before starting that chapter, my request is, my suggestion is, you have to note down those important properties, that is uses and their adverse effects of different polyhalogenated compounds. Clear? When you are writing, you just observe, because once you write, you can easily grasp what is the purpose of usage, and when we are using for that purpose, what is the adverse effect of that particular compound. It is nothing but just informative question, but it is important. Nowadays the competitive examinations they are testing your memory also, how far the information you are having regarding the natures of the compounds, that they are asking. That's why it is better to note all those points. Clear? Thank you.